Introduced in 1996, the K1200RS was BMW's premier sports bike. Well, it was basically their only sport bike at that time period, from the late 90s to the early 2000s. These days, they make a handful of sports bikes, including M-powered sports bikes. Anyway, back to the K1200RS. The one that I'm going to show you in this video is actually second generation. It has the same horsepower as the first generation. The body design is similar to the first generation as well. It would have the newer brake system at that time that BMW introduced, and it was the servo-assisted brake system. This is the K1200RS. If you saw my video response to the Bikes and Beards video about this bike, you'll have seen this bike before. But this is it in person. It's not the same bike that they had. This one, actually, the throttle does go all the way and it does snap back. This is a inline 4. It's 1200 cc's. This bike I'm doing some maintenance on. I've dropped the oil. I've given it a new filter. It had a BMW filter. The oil looked pretty good, so they may have taken it to the BMW shop, or maybe they just bought a BMW filter and did it themselves. I don't know. I've also dropped the fluid in the rear drive, and that looked immaculate. It looked brand new, which is kind of sad because the gear oil costs a lot of money. The regular oil is pretty expensive, but the gear oil is really expensive. So this bike, let's see, it's got some boo-boos, it's got some scraping here. This mirror was a little wiggly. I put a little bit of super glue around the edge and it's helped it out somewhat, but at idle there is a little bit of vibration, and it's still kind of, both mirrors kind of move a little bit, but it's not as bad as it was. The fairing on this side is cracked, and they put some like package tape on it. And then there's some rubbing here where somebody had clunked it over. That's probably what messed up the mirror over there. It's got a headlight protector, which often a lot of people that had this bike or an LT would get a headlight protector so you don't get stones and stuff thrown into your big headlight. It's got a Z-Technic windshield, which is probably taller than the stock windshield that BMW had on it. Let's see, it's got some stickers on here, inspection stickers. One of them I think is a 2015 from Virginia, and then another one was 2011 from Virginia. So I'm assuming this bike was in Virginia at some point. There's some residue on the top of the gas tank where they had kind of like probably a carbon fiber sticker. A lot of people like to put that carbon fiber stuff on it. Right now it's got a buckle protectant, or where if you've got a big buckle or something and you hit this little pad, this pad will protect the tank from getting scratched. They also have knee protection here, so you won't scratch or you won't wear out the fairing with your knee. It's got a top box. It was a GV top box, I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's got some nice BMW luggage. Apparently I was unaware that the K1200RS actually had its own luggage, because this actually has a little bump thing here that makes it unique from, say, the one that I have on my 1150. And then also this one over here is shaped exactly for the muffler, because the muffler is a lot bigger on this bike than the 1150, so there's a lot less room in the other bag over here. It also has these little tie-down strap things that are stuck to it. I'm not sure if this is a BMW feature or something they bought that was epoxied on there. When this bike came to me, it had a blinker on this side that was kind of like flopped over. And I was going, okay, there's something wrong here. And it was the GV case. The bracket was so far over, it was pushing it had pushed the blinker off. And so I looked at underneath here, and there's a little plug where the bolt, it's covering a bolt. So I popped that cap off and I found the bolt. I saw that the bolt had like a little place for it to slide. So I pushed it as hard as I could, and then I locked down the bolt, and then I put the cap back on, and now I can get the blinker on, and I got it on there tight, and it's all nice and neat now. I think there was a BMW, possibly a little like luggage plate originally on here, because there's a hole there for it to go, but there's no bolt through it, so I assume it probably had a BMW thing. This side also has some scrapes right here. The mirror had some scrapes, I think, right there. But the bike looks really good in general, and it runs really well for a bike that is 24 years old. It is a 2002. It runs exceptionally well. The other bikes that I've seen I did see one on Facebook that somebody did a video about, and they were running the bike, and you could hear kind of like this noise in the engine that I kind of felt like maybe there was something going on with the bearings, perhaps, but it didn't quite sound as smooth as this bike. When you get on the throttle on this, it is incredibly smooth. This bike is very fast. It's 130 horsepower. It does 60 miles per hour in first gear. So you don't even have to, you can tool around town in first gear if you want. But if you don't want to have it on the high revs all the time, it is liquid cooled, so there's no real danger of having it on high revs. Oh, I also noticed that the brake lever is a little bent, probably from that accident when they dumped it over or whatever. So it's a little bent compared to the clutch. The clutch looks immaculate. They might have replaced it, who knows. The wiring looks like typical wiring for a 24-year-old bike. It probably needs some good wire wraps on it, perhaps, but it looks like somebody did do some kind of wire wrapping here. It's got little, looks like they put little tiny zip ties on it. It's still got the same brake line as it came out of the factory, and that's not good for a bike that's over 20 years old. You want to put on some steel brake lines. That costs $300 for this bike, by the way. a lot of stuff costs a lot of money for that kind of thing. The tires are old, but they look very good, and they're holding good air. I did flush out the front brake. This is a integrated ABS, servo ABS system, 2002. So it actually has an ABS unit that you have to bleed, and then you have to bleed the wheel circuits. And when you bleed the wheel circuits, it's actually coming out of this reservoir. And this is a partial integrated system, so if you pull the front brakes, it's going to activate the rear brakes. If you put on the rear brake, then it's only going to activate the rear brake. That's why it's partial integrated.
Some things in this life that do make me anxious, but that's not one of them. And going real fast is not a problem either, as you will see, hopefully. Hopefully I don't just get stuck behind a bus or something stupid like that, and then it's boring. But I like to come around this corner and just go on down the road as much as I can possibly do it legally. Allegedly, I'm going fast. There are some that said, alright, it's a green. $65, and I almost redlined. Was that good? I think it was pretty good. And the only reason I'm going 65, I know you saw the speed limit sign probably, is because I have a little speedometer error, and the police will ignore like 30 miles per hour or so. So now I'm back to 60, which I'm probably going under 60 now. I usually tend to be about 65, maybe a little lower, I don't know. But I'm only going to do that kind of thing when there's hardly anybody around. As you saw, there were just, I think it was just that one car. I should know, right? When I do something like that, I should know how many cars are around. But I just saw open road, hardly anything going on, so think we're all right.
Thanks for watching the video. Like this video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And when you subscribe, you'll be saying, "Thank you for making me a subscriber." That was horrible. Anyway, I'll see you next time, or you'll see me next time. Something will happen like that. And keep your glasses on.